Welcome to CWP. If you're planning to get into tech in 2026, this video might save you a lot of wasted efforts. Now, let's dive right into it. Right now, a lot of people are diving into AI, right? We're in the AI era, but a lot of people don't know the difference between AI engineer and machine learning engineer, and we are going to talk about that today. But before we dive into that, I want you to know that if you choose the wrong one, then you are probably cooked. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the difference between AI engineers and machine learning engineers, as well as which career is harder, which one pays more, and most importantly, which one you should choose in 2026. A machine learning engineer focuses on building systems that can learn from data. Their job is to create models that can predict, classify, and learn from data. For example, we have the Amazon recommendation system, just like we have Netflix, and of course, the Amazon e-commerce website. We also have spam emails and credit risk predictions. Machine learning engineers work heavily with Python, scikit-learn, talk about your TensorFlow, talk about your pandas and all that. They work with all these tools. Now, here's the key point a lot of people don't get. Machine learning they don't just create models, they also make sure they work in production. If you're looking at all this, there's a strong overlap between data engineering and backend engineering. Does that make sense? Let's talk about AI engineering, which is a role that have exploded since the rise of ChatGPT and AI and all that. AI engineers focus more on building AI-powered applications instead of building models from scratch. So instead of building models, they often integrate this different AI pre-trained model into a system or application. Example include your AI agent, AI bots, you talk about recommendation, chatbots and all that. AI engineer work with things like large language model. They also work with talk about Meta, talk about Anthropics and all that. They work with also RAG system. So their main job is to combine AI model with real application. So now, here is the simplest way to understand all this. Machine learning engineers build the brain. AI engineers build the product using the brain. Machine learning are close to research and model development. AI engineers are close to application and development. AI engineers are close to application and product. If you're one who love math, statistics, you love playing around with stuff like model optimization, you really want to go into machine learning. But if you enjoy building apps, creating product, integrating APIs, then you might really want to look towards the area of AI engineering. Now, the real question is, which should you choose in 2026, right? Let's talk about that. Well, I want you to know, first of all, that companies are hiring AI engineers more than machine learning engineers in 2026 because most companies don't train their own model from scratch. They use existing model like Google, Anthropics, some of the large language model to do some of their stuff. What they really need are engineers who can build AI powered systems. That means, talk about AI agents, AI automation. We have talk about RAG systems. So to just keep it short and simple, AI engineers actually had more leverage than machine learning engineers. It's not like machine learning engineers are just on the side. No, big tech companies actually still hire a lot of machine learning engineers because it has to do with, researching and building model from scratch. But the truth of the matter is a lot of this companies out here, many company startups and all that don't really want to build model from scratch. So the people who would actually get jobs in those kind of places are AI engineers because they have the power to integrate those already built machine learning models into a system or an application that's working. So my honest advice to you is, if you want to start today, start from becoming a software engineer first before diving really into AI engineering. So how does this look like? Learn Python first. You learn your APIs, you learn how to, work with data structures, These are the things you really need to look into. Get fitted in back-end development. Be strong. You don't even have to be strong. You don't even have to be really, really crazy. You don't have to be really strong at the back-end system, but just get to understand all that before you get into AI engineering. Then after you get used to that, then add AI tool and machine learning on top of that, because the most valuable software engineer, AI engineer, whatever you want to call it, in the next decade is going to be those engineers who can really, really integrate all of these models into any application or any system. So the question right here is, are you more interested in building the intelligence, or you are more about integrating all that intelligence into a system? Let us know in the comment section. And if you like what I'm doing here, you're really interested and you're learning a lot from this channel, do give me a subscribe. Just subscribe to my channel, guys. And I will really see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye for now.